Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving deep into a practical guide to AI agents. We're going to break down exactly how our daily digital dialogues are rapidly evolving into something, well, far more powerful, and honestly, what this massive shift means for you. Let's get right into it. So, here's our roadmap for today as we officially welcome the machine age. We'll quickly define agentic AI, compare it to the traditional models we're all used to, explore some real use cases and ROI, touch on security and compliance, and wrap up with a solid implementation roadmap. We're all pretty used to chatting with AI by now, right? Drafting emails, summarizing incredibly long documents. It's a dialogue. We talk, it talks back. But here is the massive million-dollar question defining the entire future of AI. What happens when the machine stops just talking and actually starts doing? Which brings us to Section 1, Defining Agentic AI, the next evolution. Okay, so what exactly is it? Put simply, agentic AI operates autonomously. So instead of you sitting there prompting an AI to, say, write a customer service email, an agentic system can read that incoming email, check your inventory levels, process a refund, and then reply to the customer, all entirely on its own. It adapts to its environment with very minimal human supervision. Let's move right along to Section 2 and look at agentic versus traditional AI. To really wrap our heads around this, think of traditional generative AI kind of like driving a manual car. It requires you to constantly prompt it, shift the gears, intervene. Literally, if you stop typing, it just stops working. Agentic AI, on the other hand, is like riding in a fully autonomous vehicle. You give it a goal, and it understands the destination, acts, makes decisions, and navigates the whole environment on its own behalf. It is an absolute game changer. So how does this actually help a business? That brings us to Section 3, Use Cases and ROI. Because of this minimal supervision we just talked about, organizations are unlocking absolutely massive ROI. Think about it. Instead of a human manually dragging data back and forth between a CRM and an accounting tool, autonomous agents can just take over that entire workflow. They identify the bottlenecks and take action themselves. This kind of operational efficiency is already translating to real-world industry-wide success stories across all sorts of specific business functions. Now, we certainly can't talk about autonomous AI without hitting Section 4, Security, Ethics, and Compliance. I want you to think for a second about the everyday digital compliance we all deal with. Navigating that endless, honestly kind of exhausting scroll of privacy preference centers, deciding between strictly necessary cookies, performance cookies, all of that. We face these little labyrinths online every single day just to read a simple article. Now, take that level of required compliance and scale it way, way up to an AI that is actually making decisions for your business. So, beyond the daily headache of website cookie banners, the guide really emphasizes 3 critical deployment considerations. Before launching autonomous agents, you absolutely must have rock-solid security protocols to protect your data. Second, you have to adhere to strict compliance standards to ensure the AI is actually following industry regulations. And finally, ethical AI deployment. You have to ensure that the decisions this agent is making completely on its own align with your organization's core standards and values. Okay, let's tie it all together in Section 5, the implementation roadmap. The guide lays out 5 foundational steps to help us move from theory to reality. Step 1, thoroughly understand the AI differences we just talked about. Step 2, identify your specific business use cases. Step 3, ruthlessly evaluate your expected ROI. Step 4, establish those security and compliance guardrails. And Step 5, ensure ethical deployment right from day one. Which leaves us with one final, pretty provocative question for you to reflect on as we step further into this era. As our digital dialogues inevitably become digital actions, and as machines stop just chatting and start doing, is your organization actually ready to hand over the reins to autonomous agents? Really think about your own workflows, your own guardrails, and your own readiness. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep learning.